Hey there, Midnight Mysteries fam. Get ready for another heart-pounding story that will make you question the quietness of your own reality. Today's tale is bound to send shivers down your spine. Hit that like button, subscribe for more scary stories daily, and let's dive into the unsettling unknown. One night, I found myself at the edge of a dark forest. The moon was shining, making the trees look creepy. I had a flashlight and a compass, and I was ready for an exciting camping trip. Little did I know, this adventure would turn out to be my scariest one yet. As I walked into the forest, the trees looked old and talked to each other with their branches. It felt like the forest had secrets, and my heart beat faster with each step. I followed a small path, feeling both excited and a bit scared. Suddenly, I heard a soft sound behind me. I turned around, thinking someone was there, but I saw nothing. Then, a voice whispered in my ear, "Be careful, stranger. This forest has dark secrets." It sent a chill down my spine, like a ghost talking to me. Ignoring the warning, I kept going. The wind started making eerie noises, as if the trees were sad. I found an old campsite with a torn tent and a cold fire pit. It looked like nobody had been there for a long time. Intrigued, I went closer, and inside the tent, I saw something moving. A voice asked, "Is someone there?" But I couldn't see anyone. The words came from inside the tent, and it felt strange. As I stepped into the tent, the sleeping bag moved like someone was inside. Terrified, I tried to leave, but the tent ripped open, revealing a messy-looking person. His eyes were glowing, and he jumped at me, looking really scary. I ran as fast as I could, feeling like the forest itself was chasing me. The wind carried the man's creepy laughter, making the whole experience even scarier. Finally, I got out of the forest, but the memory of that scary man stayed with me. As I caught my breath, the lingering presence of the tormented man clung to the air. The echoes of his laughter played in my mind, a dissonant melody that resonated in the silence. The haunting memories of the forest persisted, etching an indelible mark on my soul. The camping trip, envisioned as an escape into nature's serenity, had unraveled into a nightmarish odyssey. The whispers of the forest remained, a chorus of hidden voices that shared secrets only known to the shadows. The boundary between reality and the supernatural had dissolved, leaving me forever entwined in the enchanting tapestry of the haunted campsite. In the days that followed, the haunting memories of the enchanted woods lingered like a ghostly mist. I couldn't shake the feeling that the forest had revealed only a fraction of its secrets. Determined to unravel the mysteries that eluded me, I returned to the edge of the woods. The moonlit night greeted me once again as I ventured into the familiar darkness. The trees stood like ancient storytellers, their branches weaving tales of forgotten realms. The path beckoned, and as I dove deeper, the air thickened with anticipation. The abandoned campsite stood as a solemn reminder of the nightmarish encounter. The torn tent and extinguished fire pit seemed frozen in time. With each step, the whispers of the forest intensified, as if inviting me to uncover its hidden truths. Inside the tent, I found remnants of an old journal. The ink had faded, but the words spoke of a lost soul trapped in the enchantment of the woods. The man, once a wanderer like myself, had succumbed to the forest's dark allure, forever bound to its mysteries. The discovery sent shivers down my spine. It was not just a random encounter, it was a dance with the supernatural, a glimpse into a realm where the living and the spectral converged. The forest, it seemed, held portals to otherworldly dimensions. As I ventured further, the trees whispered ancient incantations, and the air shimmered with unseen energies. Strange symbols adorned the trunks, marking the boundaries between the known and the mystical. The echoes of the tormented man's laughter guided me, leading to a clearing bathed in an ethereal glow. In the heart of the clearing, a spectral figure materialized. The man, his eyes still ablaze, beckoned me with a ghostly hand. His voice, once haunting, now carried a plea for release from the eternal enchantment. The forest, it seemed, yearned for a witness to its spectral symphony. With a mix of trepidation and curiosity, I approached the ghostly figure. He spoke of a curse that bound him to the woods, a curse born of ancient rituals and forgotten pacts. The forest craved stories, He explained, stories that would echo through its ancient roots, keeping the spectral realm alive. In a moment of eerie revelation, I understood my role. I was not just a wanderer, I was a storyteller chosen by the enchanted woods. The stories I had experienced were not mere chance encounters but a scripted narrative written by the very fabric of the mystical realm. The ghostly figure faded into the shadows, leaving me with a newfound purpose. Armed with the knowledge of the forest's hunger for stories, I became a conduit between the living and the spectral. The haunted campsite was no longer a place of fear but a stage for the tales that would resonate through the ancient woods. With each retelling of the haunted campsite saga, the forest responded. The trees rustled in approval, and the wind carried the stories into the unseen realms. The enchanted woods, once a realm of mystery and terror, transformed into a symbiotic relationship between the living and the spectral. As I stood at the edge of the woods, I felt a sense of gratitude. The forest had unveiled its secrets, and I, in turn, had become a keeper of its tales. The moonlit night embraced me, and the whispers of the ancient trees echoed with approval. The haunted campsite, now a nexus of stories, stood as a testament to the enduring enchantment of the mystical woods.